This is the most authoritative sporting channel here on social media. This is your boy Matt. Today's episode, I'm going to give you a basic review of the undercard of the last crescendo bout that happened in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia during the Riyadh season program, starting with Joshua Boache and Callum Smith. This was an interesting bout by all standard. Joshua Boache taking his first defeat in his career. Callum Smith proved to be a more top level operator as he has fought the much better fighters, and it all came to bear during that 12 rounds of brutal action. Joshua Boache proved to have one hell of a chain, but he lacked the experience at the top level. If not, I think he would have edged through. I predicted a win for Joshua Boache, but Callum Smith deserved the win on the day. Now, Aji Kabayel and Zhili Zhang. This was an interesting bout by all standards. Zhili Zhang started quite strong, but Aji Kabayel was the one who was going to take the day, in my humble opinion. As we all know, going into the fight, that Zhang did not have a good gas tank, and I don't think that he still has. And getting close to 42, I think that gas tank is depleting very fast. And Aji Kabayel showed consistency, pressure, and determination. Even when he was dropped in the fifth round, he still rallied back strong and dominated the fight and stopping Zhang. I think in the sixth round, right? No, dropping. He stopped Zhang in the fifth round and he was dropped in the fourth round. So Aji Kabayel has proven under the Riyadh season that all the three fights he has had, he is a good and the top level heavyweight opponent, as he has stopped every single heavyweight he has faced with a body shot. And I think that is one thing we should be looking forward to Aji Kabayel. I think that he deserves a world title opportunity, either against Alexander the Cat Usyk, or he should get a crack at Daniel Dynamite Dubois. I would love to see Aji Kabayel and Alexander the Cat Usyk more than Joseph Parker. I would love to see how Joseph Parker would fare against Daniel Dynamite Dubois. Another bout on the night I'm going to talk about, which was an interesting bout, was Israel the Dream Madrimov and Virgil Ortiz Jr. This was an interesting bout by all standard. It started quite early with Israel Madrimov moving and creating a whole lot of problems from Ortiz, but Ortiz adjusted in the fifth round and started taking control of the fight. And they got to a time Israel Madrimov started trading with Ortiz, but Ortiz was the better man on the day. He landed the more cleaner shots, the more crispy, eye-catching shots, and I think that he deserves the win. Now, Hamza Shiraz and Carlos Adames, that was an interesting bout. It was a draw that was scored in this particular fight. I think that Carlos, the Dominican Republic WBC champion, deserves to win that particular bout. Hamza Shiraz started the fight early, but at a point in time, he wasn't able to throw the right hand anymore, making Carlos close the gap and started landing significant punches on his own. But it turns out that Shiraz had hurt his hand, and there has been a lot of rumors going on that Teki Al-Sheikh was reading the scorecard and telling Hamza Shiraz, I have not seen a legitimate video with that happening, but it has been, a piece of it has been rumored, and I've seen a clip, but have not seen the full clip. But I think it was a good fight by all standards. But I think Hamza Shiraz could have done more, even with the broken hand. I think that he would lack the tenacity to fight again more dominant opponents, because I think that Carlos he is a very, very good and formidable opponent, but I think that Hamza Shiraz, with his physical abilities, could have done more in order to win the fight, despite he hurting his hand. Now, Stevenson and no other than Joshua Parley. I think that this was an interesting bout by all standards. Why was it interesting? We all knew that Stevenson was going to dominate the fight, but we were all expecting an earlier knockout because Paddy had come into the fight on a 4-day notice and he wasn't much fit and all that. But it ended up going all 9 rounds, where Stevenson stopped Josh to the body, three body shots that dropped him, and the fight was officially stopped. I think that if if Padley had done a full training camp, it would have been a difficult fight for Stevenson to stop him. He would have won despite everything, but it wouldn't have been easy stopping him. So I think Stevenson Shakur going 9 rounds with Josh Padley wasn't a good writing for himself. You could see he also hurt his hand in the process. He said both hands, but I think that there was lack of preparation on the part of Josh Padley, and he shouldn't have traveled even beyond 4-5 rounds in this particular fight. But fair play to Stevenson. He did not know his opponent. He had to adjust in the ring, etc. But the man who took the night with a spectacular KO was Joseph Parker, who stopped Martin Bakole on a 2-day notice. Martin Bakole had to travel all the world, get into Saudi Arabia just hours before the fight. It was obvious that Josh Parker would emerge victorious by any means necessary. But I personally thought, since Bakole was preparing for a fight, he would have given Parker a bit of run for his money, but it ended up not being so. There was the over right hand that landed at the mid-tempo of Bakole, and he was wobbly and fell off his feet, and his trainer came in to stop the fight. And that has raised a lot of concern from a lot of people, knowing very well that your fighter wasn't in a good position to compete with Joseph Parker, which wasn't a world title opportunity. Yes, the money was good. I heard it's around 800,000 pounds. I think it was good, but it wasn't a world title fight. So what was he fighting for? There wasn't any it was for the WBO interim championship, but he would have gotten that opportunity to become a mandatory champion against Efe Ejagba, whom he would have a full training camp with, and whom I think he has a very fair chance in beating. So I think that it was a wrong calculated decision, but I'm so glad that they were able to save the day. Someone like Rollins Akoli was the more preferable opponent. He's also preparing for Richard Riapol, and I think that he is closer. He's just 1 hour away from Saudi Arabia, and he should have been the most appropriate replacement. But Joseph Parker and his team chose Martin Bakole. All the same, fair play to Joseph Parker. He looked strong. I remember he hit Bakole in the second round with a devastation shot. Bakole ate it well, but I think that was when it had an effect on him. That was hence that particular reaction. But Bakole started the second round thinking, I was thinking he would begin to give Parker problems, but it all ended quite early. All the same, fair play to the undercard. This is my basic thoughts on the undercard, and I'm going to do same for the main event later. So stay tuned to the most authoritative sporting channel. Hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon, express your views in the comment section, and share so others can enjoy. Thank you.